So as 62% of voter turnout was recorded in the first phase, campaigning has peaked ahead of the second phase of Indian elections, which are just less than a week from now on 26th of this month. Leaders of the ruling BJP to opposition leaders, they're all crisscrossing states on their campaign trail, wooing voters and charging allegations and counter-allegations against their opponents. Well, the people have to ultimately decide.
With just less than a week to go for the second phase polling to be held on 26th of this month across 13 states and union territories of the country, campaigning has gathered momentum with leaders traversing the length and breadth of India, trying to woo voters with promises, thereby raising the public expectations. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in southern Indian state of Karnataka, where he addressed rallies in Bengaluru and Chikkaballapur to woo voters. Prime Minister said that India Alliance is not even able to tell the citizens about who their combined leader will be.
कांग्रेस एंटी टैक्स पेयर है, कांग्रेस एंटी वेल्थ क्रिएटर है। यहाँ कांग्रेस सरकार जिस प्रकार के विचारों को, जिस मानसिकता को बढ़ावा दे रही है, वो भी बहुत खतरनाक है। यहाँ हमारी बेटियों पर हमले हो रहे हैं, बाजारों में बम फूट रहे हैं, भजन कीर्तन सुनने पर भी हमले हो रहे हैं। ये सामान्य घटनाएं नहीं है और इसलिए मैं बेंगलुरु के और कर्नाटका के भाइयों से आग्रह करूंगा, ये कांग्रेस से बहुत अलर्ट रहना है।
Taking on the previous governments, the Prime Minister said that the SC, ST and OBC families were compelled to live in slums during their tenure. PM also urged people not to fall prey to opposition's false promises.
Every time Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi speaks from a platform like this at Bangalore, he gets thunderous applause and welcome from the people of the city. Prime Minister Narendra Modi connects with them directly through digital technology and AI, which is very dear to the people of Bangalore, since Bangalore is considered as Silicon Valley of India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also warned the people not to get swayed by the poll promises and keep the image of brand Bangalore intact.
PM also was on the campaign trail in the western Indian state of Maharashtra and held rallies in Nanded and Parbhani. Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah addressed a rally in Kota in the northwestern state of Rajasthan. Amit Shah also took part in a rally in Bhilwara city earlier in the day. The opposition camp also was not far behind as far as campaigning is concerned. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi held rally in the southern state of Kerala, while Congress leader Rahul Gandhi was in the eastern state of Bihar holding rallies in Bhagalpur.
8,500 रुपए महीने के, 1 लाख रुपए साल के, इंडिया गठबंधन ठगाठक 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 हर महीने हजारों करोड़ रुपए हिंदुस्तान के सबसे गरीब परिवारों को सीधा बैंक अकाउंट में जाएगा।
Turning to West Bengal, the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee held rallies across the state. On the other hand, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, hit the campaign trail and asked people to vote for YSR Congress candidate. Phase 1 of the general elections ended on Friday with a total voter turnout of 62.37%. The counting of votes for all 7 phases of general elections will take place on June 4. With inputs from Aisha Khanam and Bengaluru, Tripti Tripathi for DD India.
And now let's connect with Aisha Khanam from Bengaluru. Aisha, this is PM Modi's 4th visit to Karnataka since the announcement of the Lok Sabha poll schedule. How are you assessing the poll fever in Karnataka overall?
Well, Tripti, Karnataka goes to polls on April 26th. This will be the first phase for Karnataka, wherein out of 28 seats, Karnataka will vote 14 seats. So for this, the campaign is really heated up, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has been giving a push to the south as such, for more seats in the south. And Bangalore and Karnataka, as this for BJP, it is considered as a BJP's stronghold. And especially Bangalore is the city which has 3 Lok Sabha seats. And this is considered as BJP's promised bastion. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Bangalore, and he campaigned for the three candidates in Bangalore North, Bangalore South and Bangalore Central, besides one candidate of Bangalore Rural. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi's hard-hitting attack on the Karnataka state government for the lawlessness and for the breakdown of law and order in the state and he really came down heavily on the Chief Minister for not maintaining peace and law and order in the state. See, there were two murders, daylight murders that occurred just 2 days ago, and still the Karnataka government has not come forward and explained as to what led to these murders. Although the one accused in Hubli is arrested, but there was another murder in Bangalore, a broad daylight murder. There is no progress in this case so far. So Prime Minister attacked this lawlessness and he said that people of Karnataka, especially people of Bangalore, should not let down the brand Bangalore. And for Prime Minister, it is easy to connect with the IT crowd in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Bangalore is considered as a Silicon Valley of India. So Prime Minister, in his speech, also connected with them and said that Digital India has given opportunities for the youngsters, for the youth to be digitally empowered.
Yes.
And now it is the era of AI.
Yes.
So that is that's how the people connected with him when he.
Aisha, you were speaking of lawlessness in the state. So is law and order problem also becoming a major poll issue in the state? Because we also know of the Rameshwaram Cafe blast, apart from the ones that you mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. Because the BJP has raised this issue, and BJP has made this as a big issue, because BJP says that till now Bangalore was known for its brand Bangalore, and now it is seen as bomb Bangalore. The Karnataka government also hesitated in terming this as a terror attack, and it said that it's just a business rivalry that led to this attack. So the BJP says that this is the appeasement politics by the state government, which is leading to this kind of fearlessness among the miscreants, among the terrorists who attacked the Rameshwaram Cafe. So this is one big issue that BJP has raised, and BJP, along with the law and order issue, the BJP is attacking the Karnataka Chief Minister for appeasement politics, because BJP believes that the Karnataka government is not taking enough or stringent action against the terror groups, the sleeper cells in the state, and also the two murders, the daylight murders that occurred in Hubli and Bangalore recently. So Karnataka government is, in the dock, and it has been cornered by the BJP. And so far, the government has said the investigation is on. But at the moment, Karnataka Chief Minister and the other, the government, the ministers are busy campaigning. And
Yes.
also the Karnataka Chief Minister has defended
Yes.
the fact that, the murder was due to a personal issue.
Yes.
So all these things are heating up, turning into a bitter campaign. But
Bitter
today's Prime
campaign,
Minister
yeah.
Narendra Modi's, campaign blitz has really wooed the people in the IT city, in the IT capital of India.
All right, we leave it here. Thank you very much, Aisha Khanam, for those updates.